It's a great pleasure to have you all here today amidst us, and a very special warm welcome to Mr. Sinha, who's taken out time from his extremely busy schedule to be here with us today and share his thoughts and visions for what one could look forward to in the year 2012. This year, our focus has been the financial services sector, the infrastructure sector, the education sector, and media and entertainment sector. As you would notice, these are primarily the services sectors. With the growth of service sector increasing in the GDP, we felt that these are the areas which need special attention, and that has been our key focus. One of the other reasons for focusing on these areas is that these four sectors provide largest employment, and with the theory of inclusiveness, the aspects which the nation as a whole is focusing on, we adopted inclusive innovation as our theme for the year. It's extremely difficult to predict anything, but still, given the circumstances, given where we are, what do we foresee is what we are going to discuss and talk about 5 investment classes. With that, may I once again welcome Mr. Sinha and all of you today for this conference, and I'm sure at the end of it you will find that you've had a very enriching experience. Welcome once again.
Thank you, Bhavnaben. I now request Mrs. Deena Mehta, Chairperson, Capital Markets Committee, to give us a brief overview of the seminar. Mrs. Mehta is a stock market professional for the last 3 decades and currently is on the board of BSE Limited. Deena Mehta, please.
It is indeed a proud privilege to host this program, especially in a time when everybody is so confused. There is a complete lack of trust when it comes to parting with one's money for the purpose of investments. Everybody complains, whatever I share I buy, that is the highest price. It never goes up after that. If I invest in a real estate share, those are the ones which are really beaten up by the market, whereas the company's balance sheets are quite good. Gold is having so much fluctuation, nobody would have dreamed that the rupee would go to rupees 52. And debt market, of course, fixed income instruments are most popular, but then again, the interest rates are high because inflation is high. So the regulator is going to be the starting point on how the markets are going to move. Of course, it is not regulators' job to point the trends, but regulators are definitely facilitators to ensure that the entire infrastructure of the market delivers what the participants promise. And participant means the companies and the shareholder, the brokers and intermediaries, what they promise, the regulator ensures that the same is delivered and systemic risk comes down. And I thank all of you, we have got almost 800 registered delegates, so which is really a very big number. So I thank all of you for coming in this large number and making this event a big success. Thank you very much.
Friends, we now move to the keynote address. We have with us Mr. UK Sinha, Chairman SEBI. Mr. Sinha has been associated with the capital markets for over 2 decades. With that, we welcome Mr. Sinha to deliver the keynote address.
The way things have evolved, there is now very serious amount of concern being expressed all over the world in popular literature, in popular media, as well as in serious research articles about what the regulators were doing when things were allowed to build up in a particular manner. There is a feeling that regulators could have stopped at least the severity of the damage which was felt if they were alert. Of course, most of this wisdom is from hindsight, but again and again, a recurrent feeling is coming that regulators should have been more alert. Vast markets were allowed to be developed, which were rather unregulated. Today, you must be hearing terms like shadow banking, but the fact remains that such complex products were allowed to be put in the market, allowed to be developed, and allowed to amass a size which was completely devoid of any linkage with the natural business need for hedging your risk. There is a strong case for hedging your risk. But the way the dimensions went about, the way the things moved, there has been a feeling, and rightly so in my own judgment, that things went in a direction and at a magnitude which was perhaps way beyond the natural requirement of risk management. As such, there is a demand, and you are aware that various countries are passing various laws. The problem with laws being passed at a time of crisis is that it's like a swing of a pendulum from one extreme to another, because the prevailing mood is to be more and more restrictive. And in countries after countries, you are seeing that laws are being passed. You are seeing that people are actually coming to the streets, saying that what has been happening. I'm saying all this to emphasize the point that the regulator and the regulatee, the market and the market participants will exist and will be respected only if they are able to generate and sustain the trust of the general public. And when you do a more intensive analysis, you will find that companies, for example, who have to bring in more than 1,000 crores worth of securities during this time period, there are 6 such companies, and they have 12,500 crores worth of securities to be brought in. So almost 50% of the securities which are required to be brought in are by 6 large companies. If you look at companies between 500 crores to 1,000 crore of securities to be brought into the market, there are 8 of them, 5,300 crores. And if you look at those which 100 to 500 crores worth of securities, there are 29 of them, 7,300 crores. So there are 43 companies if you add all the 3 categories. So out of 181, there are 43 companies which have to bring in securities worth more than 25,000 crores. I see no activity towards it. I see no movement towards it. And the obvious presumption on my part would be that the companies and maybe their advisors are perhaps banking that this time limit will be further extended. Let me tell you that I am going to make it difficult. This is a very important requirement. 3 years time frame have been given. More than 1.5 years are over. But there is absolutely no thinking, no movement towards it. There could have been one genuine request, one genuine demand in this direction, and that is that the methods through which this dilution could have happened, they were limited. There were limited number of avenues for this. You could either do it by issuing fresh securities through a prospectus, or you could do it by an offer for sale through a prospectus, or you could sell it in the secondary market. In the last 2 months, January and February, we have in SEBI allowed 2 more avenues. One avenue is offer for sale on the stock exchange platform, and another one is the institutional placement plan. 2 new avenues have been provided by us. And you may be aware that in the first category, 2 issues have already come in, 1,800 crores were raised through that. In the IPP, 1 issue has already come in, 500 crores were raised. So if there was any requirement about avenues through which you can do it, SEBI is willing to come with you. But for us, it is very important to highlight that this is something which you would like all of you to treat as sacrosanct. I would also like to say that if there are any requirements, any requests about making the process simpler or enabling this thing, we will do that. And let me tell you that this amount which I am talking of is only by way of meeting the regulatory requirement. there are debates about the rate of growth at which India is likely to grow, whether it is going to be 6% or 7% or more than 7%. Whatever is the rate of growth, there will be genuine requirement for raising fresh capital by Indian corporates. This is over and above that. I'm not talking of the requirement, genuine requirements of the corporates to raise money from the primary market. This is over and above that. So I would like to use this occasion to highlight our concern that this is an area where everybody must be working together. I would like to also say that in the SEBI, we are getting large number of complaints about corporates. The major portion of the complaints are about corporates and minor things like dividend not being received in time or things like the annual results not being given in time. I would like all of you to highlight to your clients, and if you are running a corporate yourself, then to think it in your mind that why can't we have a mechanism where we can have some redressal of these small grievances? Because when we are talking of deepening the market, it's very important that the smallest investor feels that everybody is sensitive towards his genuine requirements and that there is a mechanism to take a redressal for his grievances. When I talk to smaller people, I talk to retired people, I talk to government servants or the school teachers, or even when I talk to members of parliament, I would say that even today, there is not enough confidence about the market in their minds. Even today, in spite of 2 decades of the existence of SEBI and our market infrastructure being so good, which is a matter of pride, it is actually a matter of pride for us globally. But the people whom we would like to attract, they still do not have confidence. That is lacking. So we are going to launch a massive program in another 3 months from now, sometimes in July, about investor awareness and investor education. I would like all the chambers, including IMC, and all the participants who are here to actively cooperate, and maybe we can pull our resources together and work together. I'm not insisting on it, but I would argue that there is need to share at least the knowledge and the experience which we are going to have in our investor education initiatives. In the end, I would like to thank Mrs. Mehta for inviting me, and I would also like to compliment her in the manner she has designed all the sessions. This is one of the few seminars where I have seen that the sessions have been so well designed, and I wish the participants, I wish the organizers all the very best, and we in SEBI will be very happy to receive from you the outcomes of your deliberations and suggestions for us to act. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Mr. Sinha, for your words of encouragement. I now request President IMC, Mrs. Bhavna Doshi, to hand over a memento to our chief guest.